Empires don't fall because of enemies. They fall because rulers lose control of themselves. Every great empire had armies, wealth, and power that seemed unstoppable. But history shows the same pattern again and again. The fall never started with an invasion. It started with a ruler who gave in to ego, excess, or fear long before the enemy ever arrived at the gates. The empire was always strong enough to survive outside threats. What it couldn't survive was a leader who lost discipline over himself.
We focus so much energy on fighting external battles, climbing corporate ladders, and outmaneuvering rivals, that we often end up exhausted and directionless. The constant hustle for outward success is draining our internal energy. In the 3rd century BC, a scholar named Chanakya faced a political landscape far more chaotic than ours. He was the strategist and kingmaker who engineered the rise of the Mauryan Empire, one of the largest in human history. His 6,000 sutras in the Arthashastra codify a system where a leader's power is tethered to their moral obligation. The text places the ruler's personal character at the absolute center of a kingdom's survival. When his protege Chandragupta felt his ambition waning, Chanakya warned him about a farmer named Ramlal. Ramlal planted his seeds but chose to sleep rather than work, hoping nature would do the labor. He woke up to dead fields and a ruined life. Chanakya's thesis was clear. You cannot conquer a physical empire until you have conquered your own internal apathy. External victory is the natural byproduct of internal mastery. This mastery begins with absolute micro-governance. In the Chanakya Niti, personal discipline isn't a suggestion, it is the structural foundation of all power. Chanakya's first rule is to never sit idle. An unoccupied mind creates its own distractions, drifting into anxieties that sabotage your productivity before you even begin. He also argued that obsessing over the progress of your competitors is a strategic waste. That energy is better spent refining your own path and maintaining your focus. Every setback is categorized as a teacher. Success requires a commitment to continuous daily learning, whether from books or your own mistakes, to keep the mind sharp. Mastering these habits, staying active, ignoring the noise, and learning daily builds the mental clarity needed to formulate a strategy that actually works. With a disciplined mind, you can transition to phase 2, the mechanics of a bulletproof strategy. Chanakya replaced guesswork with a systematic approach to execution. First, gather complete information. Decisions built on assumptions are guaranteed to fracture, so every choice must be rooted in accurate data. Second, you must anticipate obstacles. Strategic depth comes from developing backup plans for potential challenges before you take a single step toward your goal. Third, maintain absolute secrecy. A strategy is most effective when it is invisible. Revealing your plans too early invites sabotage and unnecessary competition. True strategic power comes from quietly eliminating risks in secret, ensuring that when you finally move, the outcome is already decided. These principles of individual discipline and secret strategy scale upward to govern organizations and nations. Chanakya organized this complexity into the Saptanga model. The Saptanga model describes the state as an interlocking web. The sovereign at the center depends on ministers, territory, forts, treasury, army, and allies. Each pillar needs constant maintenance. Wealth entering the treasury is routed directly back to the territory to fund public welfare. These standardized silver coins are physical proof of that system in action. The intricate punch marks indicate a highly regulated economy designed to support this massive structural balance. By tying the sovereign's power to the health of these 7 pillars, Chanakya ensures the ruler is bound by duty. The king's happiness is inseparable from the welfare of his subjects. This ancient framework has moved from the Mauryan courts into the modern boardroom. Leaders today are finding that these 2,000-year-old principles solve contemporary professional crises. Managers are using the Arthashastra's specific advice on honoring and rewarding dissatisfied personnel to build organizational culture and reduce team turnover. Strategic foresight and ethical discipline provide a durable foundation for long-term power that short-term tactics simply cannot match. Stop sitting idle. Stop waiting for external circumstances to align. Master your own mind And
there's
start
one
building
emperor
your
whose
empire
downfall
today.
proves this better than any other. Most people have never even heard his name. If you don't know this story, you're missing the one lesson every leader needs before they lose control the same way.